All right, a quick Friday maker tip. It's less a tip and more me singing the praises of three of my all-time favorite maker tools. I'm talking about none other than the Sharpie, super glue. I'm talking about the Sharpie, super glue, and the Exacto knife. When I started using these way back when I was a kid, they were absolute game changers. Nothing marks as well as a Sharpie, nothing sticks as quick or as tight as super glue, and nothing cuts as fine and exact as an Exacto. And they do what they do so well that they've stayed at the top of my tool list my entire life. The Sharpie, this thing, it smells like making, right? Before I came into Sharpies, there were all these other markers and those noxious ones and those useless kitty ones. The Sharpie does the job. It makes a black of black line that nothing beats. It marks on everything: wood, paper, plastic, metal, painted surfaces, wax surfaces, wet surfaces. Sharpie cuts through it all and leaves its mark. I love these things, and I'm sure you do too. The great thing is now, today, they come in a rainbow of colors, not just black, but you can get every color imaginable, it seems like, and they all work equally well. They even make those cool metallic ones. They're particularly good for labeling things. Sharpies are where it's at. And then super glue, cyanoacrylate glue. The adhesives I used before I got a hold of super glue were far less useful. The model glues that we used, they were sticky, goopy, they were kind of gap filling, they got all over the place. Obviously, white glues had their limits, only for porous and semi-porous materials. Some other things like liquid cement, they were just messy. But super glue was exact. It was quick, you had to work with it quickly. But if you knew how to handle it and you were ready for it, you could do some really good stuff, precision stuff with super glue that you couldn't with any other kind of adhesive. And then finally, the Exacto. I love this thing. It's basically a scalpel, right? Before I came into my first Exacto, I was using clumsy scissors, chunky utility knives. Gosh, this thing was, it was magic. The lines I could cut in paper, carving with it, you name it. An Exacto just really did the job in ways that no other cutting device could. The only thing better probably would be a surgeon's scalpel. And this thing is just dime store cheap, right? These blades are just cents. They're easy to replace. Just a quick screw and they pop right out and the new one pops right in. It's genius, pure genius. Sure, as a kid, it wasn't long before I significantly cut myself using one. But that's okay. That goes along with it. So there you have it. I'm sure you've used them all. If you don't have new ones in your kit, get it right away and keep them handy. You never know when you're going to need to make a permanent line, stick something broken back together, or cut something apart. These three things together do it all.